anybody who's interested in joining us goes to prosaba.com, PROSABA. So that's Pro-Sustainable Africa by Africa. And the reason why it's a flag we've chosen to run under is because any major thing in humanity, I think, has been kind of pushed by the creatives. Basically, nothing is required of you as long as you are a creative and you want to, collaborate and are also interested in increasing the or elevating the craft. Then you're welcome.
Hello and welcome to She Leads, where we have conversations with great women who are doing great things in different spheres of life. Today, we are privileged to have a conversation with a great woman in the creative space. Stay with me, Abulatzia Imbukwa, as we have this conversation. Hi, Beverly.
Hi.
It is so nice to have this conversation with you. If you don't mind, kindly introduce yourself. Tell us your name and what you do.
Okay, my name's Beverly. I'm on the Jalang'o, and I'm a creative, a sustainability advocate, and an impact analyst.
What is your greatest inspiration in life?
My greatest inspiration in life is ability to touch others, others.
By touching others, what do you mean?
To also inspire somebody, because all that is tangible, what you can touch, goes away. But to inspire somebody is like to plant a seed forward. Yeah.
Beverly, you are doing a great job with the creators. To your level of achievement, what have been your guiding principles?
Guiding principles, one of which, like I said, is inspiring others, because for me too, the greatest impact in my life has been specific people. One of the biggest has been my father. I was fortunate to have him for a good portion of my development life. And I think having him kind of chartered my life in a specific way in terms of values, things I look up to, and how I, work ethic. Yeah.
For how long have you been in this creative space?
As a creative, I think for me, it's been something I've had or I've done for forever, for as long as I can remember. In primary school, in high school, I just gravitated towards things that are creative.
You even won awards?
Yes. Right from primary school and high school. And I did a lot of voluntary work also towards the same line, So it's kind of something that tended to come naturally, though at a time when I was growing up or in school, art was not celebrated, So it was something that, in as much as somebody like me loved and enjoyed to practice, there was that steer towards other things,
Did what you did in school lead you to what you're doing today?
To an extent, yes. I remember part of when I went to college, we didn't have the option because I went to public university. Specifically Kenyatta University. And during that time, you did not have that option of choosing. There wasn't that parallel program. You were either called to do what you were called to do or you weren't called to do. And sometimes it's not even what you chose to, So for me, I went to I did fine art. So it's something I enjoyed to do. But again, traditionally, it's nothing that was welcomed in terms of, as much as I got the support, my parents would have preferred I did something else, law, to be specific, but it's something I enjoyed to do, and it kind of carved or charted a course for me that, for me at this point makes sense.
You mentioned that what you did in school led you to a course. Which course is this?
So when I say that, I mean, there are things you do. Like I did a lot of art when I was in, primary school. I went on to do art in high school, and I excelled in it. I excelled in art. I did a lot of voluntary work also in school. I did calligraphy. Anytime certificates were being done in school, they'd call upon me to do the certificates and things like that. So when I ended up, in college doing art, not only was I doing art, but I did a lot of extracurricular activities, continue to do the same. We worked with the college to, actually, we are the ones who started KU Culture Week. Oh, wow. Yeah, I sat in the board. I was one of the student reps that helped establish Culture Week. I'm the one who did the designs. The first 2 shows for Culture Week, I did the designs for KU Culture Week. And I did a lot of other things that were art or creative related. Did span of fashion. They had, each year they had they used to put out a call for students who wanted to enter in designs. So 96 and 99, I ended up semifinals. And semifinals basically the nationals. Mm-hmm. So the finalist is the one who was sent to represent the country internationally.
You said 96 and 99.
Yes. I've kind of aged myself.
How was art then?
Oh, art was, being in a fine art college, it's hardcore. You meet people of different, orientations, and it kind of, I guess, opens your eyes, because as an artist, and again, that's what I think at that level they try to break. They try to break what is those preconceived things you have from growing up. Things like, I remember not being able to understand because they used to have us do steel pieces, and this would require, they used to bring a lady who she could slowly, strip, and she was in the nude, and we had to draw that, and then, so again, it was being able to capture something in its essence. That was the goal. So you have to strip yourself of all your preconceived or stereotypes, if I may use the word, stereotypes, to kind of draw what you see. There are people who typically, based on what they're used to, maybe draw heads a certain way, draw women bodies a certain way, but seeing something and being able to capture it in its own essence without injecting things that are preconceived or your stereotypes was the goal, because you keep doing it until you learn to capture it as it is.
Oh, so you had to draw a woman in all her glory.
In all her glory.
Now, to what you do actively now?
So actively now, I'm kind of, I've established a group of creatives, and I'm trying to create a platform for them to be able to interact, because I strongly believe that a huge part of being able to develop yourself as a creative is that interaction. Just the same way developers need, bounce ideas off of each other to, like open source software, to develop something that's great. I believe creatives also need that space. Creatives need space, and not just specific creatives, but creatives overall. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of collaborations with each other, in any creative space. Let's say an exhibition, lighting has to be done, to kind of, once the, whether it's a sculptor or a painter has already done their pieces, whoever sets the gallery up has to set in a way that, will maximize the effect of what the artist has done. So with those specializations, especially nowadays, even take, for instance, just a musician, for them to perform their piece, they will need the makeup artist, they'll need a sound engineer, a number of people to help support their craft. So I think it's important for us to have a platform where all creatives can, interact and help in kind of elevate the level of the craft.
Now on to what you do with the creatives at the moment. How long have you been doing it, and how is it going?
I've been doing it since 2018. I'm happy. I'm very, very, very happy to say that I'm getting good traction in terms of people joining the community. But the goal is to put it on a platform where is a little bit more multi-interactive. Mm-hmm. because again, creatives come in different creative comes in different forms. So some of them are visual, some of them need videos, some of them. So the kind of platform that we've created and is available. So we are working towards transitioning the group of creatives we have onto the platform. Is, it's interactive and it has ability to post your videos on there. It has the ability to post your pictures on there. If you have items you sell, though the platform does not sell your items, you list up to 10 items that you can sell. So it's different levels, from a basic level to, a very robust level where you can do almost anything on there. Post pictures, link your videos, put up to 10 items that you sell. And then the platform is kind of geo-targeted such that irrespective of where you are, let's say I'm looking for an MC and I'm in Wajir. And if I have to fly an MC or get an MC down there, then I have to consider their transport, among other things, in whatever I'm going to pay them. But if there is an MC already available there, then it will give me whoever is available there. And if they have videos, I can check their videos to see, hey, is this person what I'm looking for? And then on the back end of it, we have an opportunity for somebody who has used a creative to rate the creative. Because unlike most other careers, creatives, we are not people that a CV does us justice. Yeah. We are experienced. You experience us. So if a job search engine does not give a creative that option to kind of, and even having a referee does not come close to cutting it for a creative. You have to be able to share a little bit of what you do for somebody to kind of understand, hey, this is either what I'm looking for or no. Yeah. So that's the goal of the platform, is to be able to do that. And another part of the platform is, again, we are very big on sustainability. And part of the platform is a store that exclusively sells items from creatives that are from sustainable items. Either they're recycled items or recyclable items. Yeah, so the store itself is called ulco.store, ulco.store. And because we believe sustainability is a lifestyle, so Ulco stands for Ufalme Lifestyle Company.
So you ideally create a portfolio for them?
Yes, basically help you develop a product. You see, sometimes somebody comes with something that maybe, is made from an item that is predominantly recyclable, and they, depending on their process, or another item could not be something that would be considered, so we help you develop that, and we help you with branding. If you want to sell it as, the brand Ulco, then we include it on there. If it's something you prefer to do on your own, then yes, again, we do support. But again, the focus for us is youth, because we believe that given that sustainability is a lifestyle, they're most susceptible or most able to kind of change lifestyles than older people who are a little bit more set in their ways.
Is there anything required of the creatives for them to join your community?
Basically, nothing is required of you, as long as you are a creative and you want to, collaborate and are also interested in increasing the or elevating the craft, then you're welcome. But again, like any other platform, there is that need to sustain itself. So for that, we offer different levels of subscription. The lowest subscription is free. We don't charge for anything, and then this slowly comes up to levels from up to a diamond level, and the diamond level is very robust. It has all the bells and whistles. You're able to post up to, if you work, like let's say you work in like let's say I'm in Athi River and I can do Kiambu, I can do Nairobi County, I can do Machakos County. Then you're able to link up to 5 different counties that you can work from. Yeah, so that in case somebody's looking for you, then you can uh, uh, easily be searched. And then we also have the ability on the platform that if you have an account as a creative, you can post your events on there for free, you see. And the goal of being marketing ourselves as a collective as well as individual is somebody might come for you as a creative, but they experience me there too. And I might not be necessarily in the same line, because we have featured listings and things like that that also can draw somebody's attention when you go on there initially. So, and that's the goal of bringing it as a collective, because when it's known as a destination, then hopefully we get a lot more traction and usage of creatives. Because I remember the biggest reason why being a creative was discouraged when I was in college was the fact that it was that starving artist mentality. Yeah, and sometimes people need that service, but they just think it's over. People who've made it, some of them are overpriced. Yeah, I have a college mate who, sells his paintings for 3 million. How many? Some people might be like, okay, I can afford. That's easy. That's affordable. No, I'm not kidding. Sells them for an average of 3 million.
And she sells.
Yeah, has a gallery off of Ngong Road. And there might be that artist that the mass can patronize, but they might not be able to know where to find her, you see, or him. So, just being able to market the creatives as a collective, I think is a significant thing, especially when a lot of funds are being put into education, going to college for a course like that. And, and then you graduate and then you find yourself in a situation where you have to be an entrepreneur.
As you mentioned, the art was linked to a lot of starvation and it wasn't glorified. Have the creatives embraced the platform?
Yes. So again, just to test the market, we kind of have, like I said, the group is there and is growing. So we've for a long time operated as a WhatsApp group. So if there's anything that can elevate a craft, even if I find it's for music and I don't do music, I just share it on there. If I have a gig and I know they'll need this, they'll need that, I'm like, hey, something's going down around this area. If it's something you're interested in, maybe you need to talk to this person. Or maybe there's a photo shoot coming up soon. They're looking for a makeup artist. So, hey, or I'm a photographer, I'm doing a shoot and I'm trying to get some models to work with. Is anybody interested? So that creates, it's kind of it's been a resource to ourselves. But again, like anything else, I think, like I said, the goal is to elevate the craft. And for us to be able to do that, then it's natural progression to go into something like the platform that will give us that, and the platform has the apps too. So, you don't have to use it on a desktop. You can use it on your phone, whether Android or iPhone.
Yeah. You have experienced art in the traditional and the digital times. What have you had to unlearn?
I mean, digital versus traditional. For me, I'm grateful that I quickly had to bridge that gap. I graduated and I went into an agency. So I had to quickly, and it was like a steep learning curve, very steep in terms of, with things like the traditional, once you do something and doing it is very difficult, or it's a huge process. Like, let's say the traditional way we did, or we initially learned how to do a poster. It was paint and drawing. And so if you did something and doing it was very difficult. But nowadays on Photoshop, you can just, you get to a place where you don't like something, editing it is very easy, and then you can save them in different ways as you keep going. So the digital introduction into art or the multimedia has, I think, in an essence, also made things a little bit easier. That's, for me, my experience. It's made things a little bit easier. I've gravitated towards it, and thankfully, I think my transition was helped because I did not have to practice long in the market without it. So, and then even then, to be able to practice, I had to. And not just on a regular PC. I had to learn to work on a Macintosh because I knew how to work on a regular PC. And in any studio environment, you have to be able to work on a Macintosh because they've been traditionally been the go-to for any design environment or studio.
Any plans for the creatives for like the next 5 years?
I'm looking towards a point in time when, again, we have a more robust community. I think we are getting there. You see a lot more events and activities centered around creatives, and I'm happy, or I appreciate the fact that as a country and as a continent, we are actually putting creativity a priority. So for me, and in working with creatives, I think my goal is to get to a point where we are able to penetrate properly, not just individual ways here and there, but household brands that can penetrate big markets like the European market, where we see that stability of economy and able to kind of sustain a business properly. Yeah, so and that's the goal with ULCO.
Awesome. This is a great platform for creatives in case they want to join your community. How should they find you?
For now, we are, like I said, we are slowly transitioning because it's in the test stage. But anybody who's interested in joining us goes to ProSABA.com, ProSABA. So that's Pro-Sustainable Africa by Africa. And the reason why it's a flag we've chosen to run under is because any major thing in humanity, I think, has been kind of pushed by the creatives. Pick an era, you see, pick an era. Even during the COVID, it's the creatives that were used to help get the message across. Yeah, whether it's visually, whether it's performing arts. So I think there is a big opportunity there for for us to kind of embrace, not just embrace them, but create an environment for them to flourish and just also add a little bit more than what they have been to the community.
Is there something that you would like to add that perhaps I've not asked?
I just would like to share that as we all go go in our own personal paths to create a legacy, make a living, just aim to just one person try and do something or creates a burning urge in somebody else in a meaningful way. For me, I think being able to do that in terms of whether it's just helping somebody create a business, or training somebody, or giving them education on sustainability, which is something I actively do. I do a lot of pro bono training in schools, both primary schools and high schools. And now, because of one of the children I mentor, he's like a son to me, just went to Daystar. They've asked me to also start working with them. So I think the most important thing, try inspire the youth. And where we are going as a human race, it is very, very important to, keep certain things burning for us in terms of, our heritage, and just also as human beings.
You mentioned that when you were starting, art wasn't a field that was really glorified, and even today there are stereotypes still attached to it. To that young person looking to join the creative space, what is your word of advice to them?
Stick with it. I think more than anything, stick with it. It is the creatives that charter the course of the world. It's that conceptual. And when I say creative, you don't have to be an artist, a pen and a pencil. A cosmetic surgeon is a creative. Without that aesthetic ability, you cannot be a cosmetic surgeon. An architect, an interior designer, all those people, the people who define, the course of the world, being able to conceptualize something in your mind and bring it out to a point where somebody can say, oh, now I understand this. Oh, now I see this. I can touch it. You see? So first, it's, that ability to conceptualize something is something you can use in many other fields, lots of other fields. And if it's a gift that you have, you do not want to let it lie. It's something you don't want to let it lie. You can always, work in different professions. Like for me, I went ahead and, have been in business as a business consultant for so long for a major international brand. But I can personally testify to the fact that my background in art gave me a leg up always. So do not drop it. Stick with it.
Thank you so much. To any creative out there stuck with their work, you don't have to be stuck anymore. Beverly has created a great platform for you, and she has shared on how you can reach her. This is She Leads, brought to you by me, Abulatia Imbukwa. Keep it success, Africa.